Story. Police charged 3 more teenage boys in the beating of the Virginian pilot reporters. We'll have more on those arrests in just a minute. But first, we're going to take you back to the scene of that mob attack through the eyes of someone who witnessed it all. For the first time, a teenage girl describes in compelling detail hearing a rock hit the car window, seeing young men swinging at a helpless victim, and waiting to see if any passers-by would stop to help. Tonight, she spoke exclusively with 10 on Your Side's Ann McNamara. Ann?
Katie, this 16-year-old is so afraid of retaliation for telling us what she saw that she insisted we protect her identity and change her voice. Tonight, she weighs in on what she thought during that attack, if race has anything to do with it, and how her Twitter account has become part of the police investigation.
We don't know what it hit. It was just thud, turn around, whoa.
This 16-year-old says she and her friends were walking home from a house party that let out near the intersection of Church and Brambleton when they heard a rock hit the window of the car at the stoplight.
We saw a man standing in front of the car, and then there was just like a bunch of people ran over there, and there was a lot of hands swinging, and we didn't know what was going on.
She was standing at a gas station about 100 feet from the vehicle when she says she saw 3 or 4 black teenage boys punching the white male driver as he tried to get away.
The car started moving with the door was still kind of open, and there was still somebody like swinging, and they were trying to, I guess, get him out the car.
She says there were dozens of people on the sidewalks, mostly kids her age, yelling. The excitement of a fight was building.
There was like cars leaving the party. There were regular people from everyday life just driving around. And as they're driving, it's just like people kept going. I was confused, like, is anybody going to get out the car? Is anybody going to beep, stop, help? No, I didn't see nothing.
When the driver finally got back into the car, the teenager says some kids went to check on him. They told her the driver had blood on his face, but said he was okay and planned to tell police. So she left. It was past curfew. She didn't want to get in trouble. But in a way, she did. Her Twitter name ended up on a search warrant because of this tweet she posted on the walk home.
I spoke my mind because I'm outspoken, and I felt it was wrong, so I'm going to say it no matter what.
I asked her to explain why she used a racial slur to describe the attackers and white to define the driver.
When I said I meant people, because I heard that represents ignorance and like lack of something. I shouldn't have said it the way I did, but I meant it in a way like I should have said ignorant people who beat up white people. You should have known what they're going to see it as, whether it was a random car or if you did choose to go after white people.
I asked her if she thinks the boy threw the rock at the car because the driver was white.
They were throwing stuff just cause they were just hyping, ooh, I want to do something. So they threw something. They didn't know there was going to be white people in the car. They weren't like, oh, white people, psh, let's hit them. It was like, you were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
She told me she heard national news reports about Norfolk being, quote, a powder keg ready to explode.
When I heard that, I was like, I think they need to do more research because it's not even like that out here.
And her only regret that she didn't do more to help fight that stereotype.
I didn't like the sight. I didn't really want it to happen.
Police are looking at 4 Twitter accounts. They have search warrants for all of them. 2 of the accounts have been taken down. One belongs to the girl you just saw. The last one belongs to a 20-year-old man, and I've spoken with him at length. He's denied our interview request, but both of those owners tell me they were not contacted by police. They did not know their Twitter names were on a search warrant. I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on Your Side.
And now to those new arrests. Police charged 3 teenage boys with simple assault by mob and participation in a riot. 2 of the boys are 16, the other is 14. Now, you may remember police arrested a 16-year-old boy earlier this month, bringing the total number of arrests to 4. The 3 teens arrested today have been released to their guardians until their first court date, which is scheduled for tomorrow. Now, there are still some unresolved issues related to this case we're working to find the answers to, like what motivated the attack? Why do police say it was not racially motivated? Will there be more arrests, or is this it? And when will police consider their investigation, quote, complete, so we can hear the 911 calls? And remember, you can always log on to WAVY.com and see our special online coverage page dedicated to this Norfolk mob beating.